We're coming to you from Valencia for the fifth round of this eighth season of the AIF Star Championship. And for the first time in Championship history that I can recall, it's an all-British front row. Nigel Mansell takes his first career pole, and he's joined on the front row by a man who's in pretty good form, Johnny Adam. Second row goes to the Maurer Motorsport team with Edge Elg edging out Mark Sura. Sura has one win to his name this season, whilst Elg has struggled. Desiree Wilson last in the championship, but puts it fifth on the grid. Let's see what she can do today. She's joined by Martin Ravenstuck, who's enjoying his best ever season in the championship. Johnny Cicotto picked up his first career podium last time out in Monte Carlo, and he heads Ignazio Giunti in eighth. Championship leader and the only man this season with multiple podium finishes, Jean-Pierre Giussot, goes from ninth, ahead of Chico Serra, the man third in the championship. The big hitters all seem to be in the midfield. Roberto Guerrero, fifth in the championship, starts 11th, joined on the sixth row by Stefan Beloff. Beloff won in Monte Carlo, which put him into second place in points. Dave Charlton enjoyed a strong start to his season, with fifth and fourth in the first two rounds, but has struggled since then. He starts 13th today. He's joined by Satoru Nakajima, who's had one podium this season, but has been lackluster the rest of the time. Bruno Giacometti narrowly lost out to Stefan Beloff in Monaco, losing out on the line on the run out of the final corner. He's been massively eclipsed by teammate Mansell today and starts 15th, joined on the back row by the debutant Jeff Lees, who replaces Raul Boisel at Supernova. Boisel having failed to make any kind of impact really in his entire 2 seasons and 4 races in the championship.
Yes, it's a welcome sight that he has left this championship, never to return. But a 25-lap race ahead of us here at Europe, and hopefully one that is trouble-free, but I can't imagine it won't be because of the annoying boost situation and whatnot. But it is what it is, we'll have to get on with it. So Nigel Mansell's going from pole position, and Johnny Adams second. That's an all-time front row, I think, really, of this championship. And indicative of the state it's in. But anyway,
I think Mansell's shown good performances as of March this season, so I'm not too surprised.
Not really. Mansell's been terrible in the last couple of races. But anyway, the 5 lights now ahead of us for round 5 of the season. And we are underway in Europe as Adam immediately shoots up to the lead of the race. The game for some reason is very loud at the moment. I don't know why that is. I'm going to have to turn it down. This is not
muted,
ideal.
sir.
Not
well,
ideal.
Adam eclipsed by Elg, so Sura lose out to Wilson, but it's Mansell, Elg, Adam, Wilson, Sura, the top 5 out of the blocks. Mansell still leads with Elg putting pressure on the Englishman, and Cicotto, the podium finisher from Monaco, making good progress up to 4.
Indeed. I think I've managed to fix the situation with the sound, so yep. As you say, Adam drops down to 3rd, so now Elg featuring in the top 2, but needs to get results sooner or later, because he's show promise, but not got the top results just yet. Just so far.
I'd say the reason Maurer is so poor in Monaco is because they didn't change their parts. They ran a race-old car. That's why they didn't score in Monaco.
Yep. And maybe a return for Chico Serra in terms of good results as well. He's far ahead of Beloff at the moment, although I don't really believe a lot of this. But anyway, Mansell leads from the 2 Maurers now, 2nd and 3rd. So Adam's starting to drop back with Cicotto in the top 5 challenging as well. And Adam looking like he's going to fall off the face of the cliff at the moment.
Yep, so Mansell leads across the line at the end of the first lap from Elg, Sura and Adam. The 2 drivers battling for 3rd side by side. Head of Cicotto's Ravenstuck and Serra doing battle, and Serra's got past Wilson as well in all of that.
Yep, Serra lost the position and then for some reason managed to gain 2 within the corner. As Cicotto goes into 3rd place with Sura, but that's a battle that continues to rage on. And as we'll come up now to the DRS zone. And Elg is going to be in best position to take it. And we'll go into the lead of the race. Will Sura get past Mansell as well? I suspect so, and so will Cicotto, maybe.
Cicotto looks like he's been balked, but he's still going for the move. Aggressive from the Venezuelan, but he can't make it work. At least not yet.
No. Yeah, some random events already in this race, but anyway. I don't think Ravenstuck is helping
Yeah.
things because he's a bit of a
The
immobile
usual
chicane.
return to him. Jeff Lee's up 5 positions on debut from his last place on the grid, really outshining Nakajima already. Good stuff from the Englishman. As he now heads Beloff, who gets past him. Beloff's going to have to start making moves through the field, but he's struggling.
Yeah, it's totally
in the
impossible. He's on for a
wheel-to-wheel
terrible
combat.
race, I suspect. It's totally impossible from his position. Really, he can't defend at this point.
His defensive abilities improved massively. I just think he's lackluster compared to his earlier potential. But anyway, El finally seeming to deliver on his promise, but we saw this in the first race of the season where Maurer in Yas Marina looked very strong and then came away with very few points. So it's very early into the race, and Sura is about to take the lead. I suspect Mansell will go up into second, remaining in that lead group. And indeed, he does. And Chicotto passed as well, so very bad for El. 3 positions he's lost.
Only 2 in the end as he manages to get past Chicotto. Lee's into
Lee's
the top
up
10.
into 10.
Yep, past Ravenstuck. The chicane again in the way of this race at the moment. I suspect Adam will end up being part of that as well, because currently he's holding up both Wilson and Giunti. This is sort of the problem I see with it, though, because they've got enough competency to be up there because of qualifying, but in the end they don't really have the pace. So it's just rather
I think Aston are running. I think Aston are running heavier than the other teams.
Yeah, but even so, they've had many races where they've been high up in qualifying, and only one where they've managed to get a result out of it, and that was earlier in the season in Bahrain, wasn't it?
But I know, and last time they got 6th and 9th in Monaco, 9 points. They are well off. They are 6th in the championship. They are not even bottom or second bottom. They are ahead of multiple teams. It has been a strong season for them this season. But anyway, Sura leads, the only race winner this season who's in the top 10, in the top 8, because Giselle, of course, has won. He's down to 9th, he's down to 10th now, as Lees advances 4th again. So, Mansell back to the front. Sura tries to use his boost, but he's just boxed in, he can't really make anything of it. Loses out to his teammate.
Yeah, that was stupid from him. Didn't need to do that. But there we are. That's the problem. Many problems with this race, but anyway.
I think part of the problem is there's no dirty air anymore because the cars just follow in one gigantic pack now.
Yeah. I think what I've said about Aston Martin is continuing to happen now. They are falling back continuously. It's just not as quick as they should be, really. But anyway, Giacomelli up into 11th now and up behind just so. Beloff still can't get past this rather annoying Ravenstuck man. But Adam's still in the top 10 and fighting hard to stay in it.
As Ravenstuck and Giacomelli battle again, Beloff might get the pair of them on the inside into whatever this is, turn 4. He can't quite do it on acceleration.
No.
Bit of a difficult battle further back, but Mansell and Chicotto going for it at the front then.
Yeah, it's inevitable. We'll just get to the lead. I'm more interested in Lees than Giselle at the moment. Lees is trying to get back into 9th place that Giselle took off him, and then the group ahead of Adam, Wilson and Giunti, 2 of those people being one of them being an absolute joker, really. Desiree Wilson, I think she's absolutely horrendous. Although not as horrendous as Dave Charlton currently. That said, the grid is very packed together, so, I mean, make of that what you will.
That's just a product of the annoying wheel-to-wheel racing not quite working as well as it should.
Yeah.
You just don't get any real...
And Giselle has made an absolute storm somewhere with his boosting, but I should imagine Lees is doing it as well. In fact, he is.
Everyone's on the boost. Everyone is planting their boost, and it's going to work out better for some people than others.
Yeah, Giunti's managed to get to the lead of the Rosette race somehow as a result of it. To be fair, he was top 6 already, but I mean, he's the only one who's used it outside of Sarah, I think, is the first one he's used. Oh no, Elle's used a bit, but Sarah's used the similar
amount. Too. Yeah. Mansell's used quite a bit. Can save as Giunti.
Chicotto's the one who hasn't used any so far. Yeah, it's changing the complexion of the race, though. I mean, there's a simple fix for it, but no one's going to do it. and as I keep saying, but there we are.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop them running together in one pack with DRS.
Yes, but
it's just going to be...
Yeah, but it lessens a problem. One of the biggest problems, I would say, at the end of a race. Because eventually it does split up.
Ginty loses a lot of positions.
It does eventually split. Yeah, it does. Eventually it does split up in a race. It's just this early part which is horrendous.
Anyway, Chicotto leads from Mansell.
And the boost, I think what I would say is the boosting manages to bring it back to this state of really close racing. Because cars that are far back just end up using it at random intervals. But
yeah, it's like watching a Formula E race.
Yes. It's degrading the championship if it didn't already need to be more degraded, really. But anyway, Elg and Mansell, Chicotto, an all-time top 3 at the moment. And then that top 5 includes Serra and just so Giunti, Lees, Schura, Giacomelli, and Adam, the top 10, who's now starting to fall a bit further back from where he did. He's doing a good job considering, though, if what you say is right. Wilson in, earliest on to the medium tyres. Earliest stopper, that's interesting, but anyway.
Yeah,
Elg in second.
Elg passes. So Chicotto's really looking like the best driver today so far, I'd say.
He's the one who hasn't used any boost, and he's going to lose a lot of positions though.
Right, Beloff finally breaks into the top 10. What can he do now?
I can't imagine a lot.
Given
really.
how close the pack is. Given how close the pack is.
I don't imagine a lot, really. I think he's going to struggle to keep Adam behind him, and indeed so. He actually might lose position to Nakajima as well. Anyway, back to the front. Elg leading. Serra in the top 3. Giunti fourth. Yep. Lees is making the progress he needs. Some reason just so has dropped back about 4 billion positions in one lap. No, I think that's probably Giacomelli's the one who's used boost as well, but I don't think Lees and Schura have, so that's just bizarre. Anyway,
well, Lees in to keep track of what's going on.
Lees in, so he's the next earliest stopper along with Wilson's teammate Charlton. Interesting. So where's Wilson going to come out relative to
leads from Mansell and Serra.
Yeah. Be interested to see where Wilson comes out here. Absolutely nowhere near Lees, so... I don't know where she was on the track, though. That's the issue. I don't know if she's managed to actually undercut, but she was far back anyway. Fuck knows.
No, I thought she was doing an alright job in terms of still being in the top 10, but anyway.
Yeah.
Seems like that may not have been the case, as they need to reduce how many cars wide you can go. You need to be able to only go one car wide through corners and stuff. But anyway, aside from that, Mansell back to the lead, the pole sitter. I suspect we're going to see a lot of cars in on this lap.
Yeah, probably. Or they'll just continue to go one by one in small packs.
Yeah.
People stopping.
Well, we'll see. But hopefully it causes some field spread. Lees is doing a fantastic job, I'd like to say. Well clear of Wilson and Charlton.
Yeah.
Who are separated by over seconds. Sure. There's no DRS, fortunately.
We'll have to see where he falls out. We have to see where he falls
I thought Lees would really... I thought he'd finish well off the back of the pack.
Anyway. Well, he didn't qualify too well, but there we are. He was ahead of his teammate, though. But Nakajima's not a very high bar, let's be honest.
I know, but he was last on the grid, Lees. I thought he'd be finishing last 10 seconds off the back of the next car, but anyway.
Yeah, anyway, where is he here? So he's crossing the line, so yeah, he's much closer. So I think Wilson must have just not used their boost correctly or something. So he's behind Giunti. Schura is at the lead of this group, though.
Yeah, Giunti's done a decent job to get back into where he was.
He's done a very good job today. He's been very good again. After
yeah, as he was last. I mean, Giussot came out of the blocks very well, but in the last few rounds, I think Giunti's been the better driver of the two Techno boys. Well, let's see how it plays out the flag today.
I think Giunti was also quite good in Abu Dhabi, though. I don't think Giussot was actually really much better than him. Anyway, he's on the boost.
Well, they're on the boost, yeah.
Before they stop.
So these guys are trying to avoid being overcut by the looks. Sorry, undercut.
Yeah. That's the problem. So the undercut is way too powerful in certain places as well. It's just ridiculous.
Picotto has just been dropped, having been really in the fight.
He's not used his boost yet, but he will eventually, and I imagine he'll use a lot of it. So, but obviously maybe.
Yeah, they're running for 3 wide down the straight. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. But Lees leads.
I think if I see Desiree Wilson in the top 5 of a race again, I'll kill myself.
Elof trying to use boost, but he can't do anything. Same with Giacomelli, because they're just too close together and you can't go
Yeah.
through cars anymore. It just doesn't work.
So Nakajima's going
Nakajima runs
longest.
longer.
Yeah, runs longest
Don't
of
know
anyone.
why, if that was intentional, but anyway.
Well, Lee's is in, isn't he? Well, no, Lee's already came in laps before, so odd.
Lee's wins on debut from last on the grid. That is possibly one of the most shocking things that I've ever seen in my life, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is just not good from what I'm looking at.
It's because the cars are too close together. There's no dirty air. They just follow. You can't have races like Barcelona last season where Belov just checked out at the front of the race and won by a mile. You can't have that.
Well, no, it's because they're all boosting. I mean, if they'd stayed where they were, there would have been some split, because there would have been the undercut split and the overcut. Not the overcut, in fact, because it wouldn't have worked, but the people would stop later. But because they've all boosted, they've all just come back together, but in different places this time. Lees uses a bit of his boost to no effect. He actually loses position, which is quite odd how that happens. That's happened twice now, where someone's used boost and immediately lost a position. But there we are. Yeah, this is just not good, because, yeah, it's just horrendous.
Mansell maintains his position at the front.
So for some reason he just goes longest of anyone by a single lap. And presumably he's going to be absolutely nowhere. Might even be behind Bravich. Might just be ahead of him though. Yeah. This is, yeah.
No, he's alright. He's at the back of the field, on the back of the pack.
Well, yes, as I said.
So Chicotto, who was probably the best driver in the first stint, is nowhere.
Yeah, but he's going to use his boost at some point. He's also not really actually nowhere. He's on the edge of it. But you already passed him. Now he's using it. You already passed the cars, his teammate, and just so. He doesn't use much though. Doesn't use barely anything.
Yeah.
And loses
he couldn't
position.
make any positions really. Yeah.
You just get bogged up behind another car. This is the problem at the moment. I don't think it's as much.
You need the ability to disable boost and DRS.
Well, there is a way to get rid of one, but yeah. It wouldn't actually be bad for this race because it's dry. It's when it's wet races it would be the worst. If it could be doable, that is. I suspect next season it's probably going to be more likely, I think. Based on recent news, but anyway. Sure, in the lead.
So, Sura leads, one of the race winners this season, one of the 3 previous winners. Yeah, one in Bahrain. Quite convincing, actually. That was post-update, that he just did get a big lead and disappeared. Bahrain was probably the best race we've had since the update in terms of cars spreading out.
That said, I think Bahrain's always been like
5 seconds.
Yeah, Bahrain's always been like that, though. Secure, that is. It's always been... You've always been able to spread the field quite easily, though. Compared to other star races, because we've had races like this in the Star as well. It's not just like it's always been spread out, but yeah, it's much worse now. I think the amount of races that we have like this is going to be more than it used to be. But yeah, so Lee's
going to be pretty much all.
Yeah, probably. Wilson, maybe not Singapore though, if we have it on the calendar again.
Yeah, no, there's maybe hopefully not Catalonia either, but there just isn't dirty air anymore. You can just follow, you don't lose time.
I just do
like
not understand how Jusso is down in 15th, really. This is ridiculous. And Junti shouldn't be 9th as well, he should be in the top 5. He was only a position behind Junti and was ahead of him.
Jusso's used his boost, he just didn't qualify well. He's not been particularly good all day.
You say he didn't qualify well. He was a position behind Junti and got him immediately off the line. That's just a ridiculous assertion. No. It's just... The race has just for some reason gone like this. Like...
He's used his boost though. It's not like he's holding...
No. Well, no. Because now Beloff is in the top 10 and he hasn't merited that at all. So...
But he has. He's been making places quite well.
Not really. He's barely featured in the top 10 until this stint. I don't think he even featured in one lap of it before then. But anyway,
Sura's got a gap out front.
Yeah, and it's been destroyed by Sura. So finally something's happening, and that's because he's used about half of his boost now.
Here comes Chicotto, I think, on the boost, and someone else as well at the front. Mansell. So Mansell, Serra, and
that's
Sura
created a bit of a
yeah,
that's created the potential breakaway then.
Elg really getting the short end of the stick with that.
Because Serra's now using his boost as well. Yeah, I think that's created a breakaway now, unless those guys use it
Well,
soon.
at least that something has happened to
Yeah.
see. Nice to see some sort of change in spread.
Okay, I was about to say that, but now they're all using the boost again. Although Giacomelli's the one who's only really using it, so now it's 4 cars potentially together, including the 2 marches. There we go again. The march has been high up in races.
Mance was
Finally.
on pole. I mean, Giacomelli
Finally
finished
this
second
season.
in Monaco.
Yeah. Yeah,
Got
but
2
this.
podiums
Yeah, but
in
this.
4 races
Oh
this
no,
season.
but they haven't bothered in many races. Didn't even turn up in most of them.
Yeah,
As in they didn't
Bahrain.
set their
Yeah, they
cars up.
didn't. But aside from that, they've been fine. They've been
Yeah.
pretty competitive.
Yeah, but Beloff is now 6th, which is just ridiculous.
He's making good progress.
No, he's not. Not really. He's just managed to somehow gain it from God knows
He's
what.
about to get freight trains.
I know
so,
he is, yeah.
Um,
Unless he closes up on the back of
unless he
Wilson,
can-
which isn't a difficult task, to be fair. She's absolute shit. But, there we are.
I don't think he's going to be close enough.
No, he's not going to gain a 10th within the corner.
No. So Lees is going to go back past Beloff. What about Adam and Giunti and Elg? Adam's stuck right behind the Germans. Actually, very good defence from Beloff there. You not let Adam pass on the straight, but Adam's going to get him in the corner, I think.
Yep. I don't get how Ravaged can be this bad.
Yeah, given how good he was in Monaco.
He has these races where, like, there's, as you say, like, Aston Martin have a problem with their setup, or what, not their setup, but the setup of the race. And then Adam just manages to get over it, but fucking Ravenstuk can't. It's only when the car's perfect he can be as good as Adam. Although, usually not actually better, but just slightly less good. In this, he's just absolutely horrendous. Anyway, Serra is 2nd now, and up behind Mansell. And Shearer close with him. Giacomelli and Lees now
Otto
top
back
5.
into the top 10.
I pray to God for the
On the
downfall of
boost.
Desiree Wilson at this point, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Junti's the one who's got a mass amount of boost that he can use at some point, which is
Chicotto's decided he wants to get back into the fight for the lead.
about time. And indeed he is there. So now Wilson's the weak link.
Should get done by Giunti and co.
Yeah, but I think
Maybe
maybe
just
only 2
Giunti and
cars.
Beloff.
Yeah. Because I think Adam's struggling to even
I have
keep
to-
ahead of Elg.
Edgy Elg has really been in an
Well, he's not used his
unfortunate
boost.
position.
He's not used his boost, so there's
That's
that.
pretty wise so far back then.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Junti. They haven't. Well, he's usually even less than him, so. Yeah. Although, no, similar.
So Chico Serra leads. He's had 1 podium this season. He's 3rd in the championship. Doesn't really matter what happens, because whatever happens in this race, it will be just so who leads the championship afterwards.
Yeah, and he's absolutely nowhere at the moment, having not used a lot of his boost, to be fair.
Well, he's led like 3 laps all season. He's not been particularly good. He's just ended up in the right place at the right time to get results.
No,
He's not performed
I
well.
think he's been good. I think he's been good enough for top 5s. Obviously, wins is just down to a pot of luck, isn't it? But he's not been this bad in
Elg now on
races.
boost.
This is probably his worst race so far, apart from maybe one of the
Well,
earlier
Monaco's
ones.
terrible.
Yeah, that one.
Your last time out, and Beloff's in the wrong position again for the DRS unless he can get Giunti ahead of him. What can Giunti manage on the inside? I think it's going to be Beloff who remains ahead and is going to lose out as a result. Yep. Beloff is really not in the position he needs to be to make inroads on that championship lead. Is what he would be hoping to do. Guerrero, who I don't think we've really mentioned today, been pretty anonymous, having performed very well in the last 2 races.
Yeah. See, Elg's used his boost now.
Yeah, I think when Giunti uses it, he'll probably be in the lead.
Probably. If he can close up on these before he uses it, that would be ideal. Or if someone gets ahead of him and he gets DRS again. Sure in. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, well, to be fair, that's the right time, isn't it? So we've got a few cars in. We've got
Yeah,
Shearer,
most people are in.
Lees, Adam, Guerrero, Beloff, UNT, Charlton.
None of the marches in though, so that's interesting.
Down a bit
So that's
longer,
Mansell's going to be really hung out to dry here. This could cost Mansell the race win.
potentially, yep. Not far from the end of the race.
No, finals. It's just offensively frenetic.
Yes, there's no narrative to it, really. Let's be honest. But there we are.
And Giunti goes on the boost, which is going to once again leave Beloff completely out to dry.
That said, I don't think there's really been. I don't think there's been a
Beloff.
clear narrative to any of these seasons for quite a few times now. Really, probably the last one.
Yeah, Beloff's been hung out to dry again.
Yeah, probably the last one that there was.
And now he's on the boost at the wrong time.
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 seasons ago, but yeah, there we are.
Yeah, this is just absolute carnage.
Yeah, indeed. Giunti has used his boost at some point, but in the wrong part of the race. I mean, he's ahead of quite a few of the cars that have just stopped, but he's not near Shearer now, so it depends where all the other guys come out. Issue is he's going to be on all the tyres as here goes Ravenstuck past him, but of course Ravenstuck needs to stop again. So that's rather irrelevant.
Yeah, so Mansell's been really hung out to dry, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he's going much longer now, but maybe it will be alright in the end, rather than him stopping this lap having been hung out to dry.
So Shearer with a commanding lead from Giunti. Then Serra. He's got a lot of boost. Chicotto and L. Someone else is on the boost.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure who that is.
I think Serra's in a good position, though, because he's using his boost now, and he's on fresher tyres than Shearer. And he's got similar amount. So he's actually in the best position at the moment, I would say. Apart from maybe if Mansell can get back into this, if he uses a bit of his boost when he comes out of the pits, and is close enough, doesn't lose too much time. At the moment, though, he's about only 10 seconds ahead of the leader. So he will drop in around probably 11th, 12th area, won't he? A bit further down.
And somehow Adam's now back in this fight.
I mean, he didn't feature too far down, though. He's already been around this kind of place, though. He's not dropped further down than I think about 12th, so it's not too unbelievable. I think what's unbelievable
now
is...
it's a wonder if anyone's going to run out of fuel or not.
I think what's unbelievable is what we have from 14th downwards, although not really with Charlton. Although, to be fair, Charlton
Not really.
Charlton came up trumps in the first race and was absolutely good there, so I don't really know what's happened
in the first two.
I think it's just
been...
neither
of these two performed particularly well today.
I would disagree with that. Well, today, yes, they've been terrible, but not over the whole of the season, I don't think.
No. Mansell's got a decent amount of boost, but he's going to have a lot of work to do.
He's dropped around where I said he would, 12th or 13th.
Yeah, he's really been...
if Serra doesn't win this race, I think that's not good, but there we are.
Mansell's got a lot of boost and the tyres. I mean, Mansell's been the best driver today, for my money. He deserves to win. It would be his first championship win, and I think he deserves it today.
Perhaps.
I don't know if that's a popular view, but I think he does.
Yeah. Jeff Lee's performance has sort of mellowed into a good, but not amazing, what it could have been, performance.
Yeah, well, it's because of the way the Supernova is. It's light at the start, because it's got better economies, but...
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see what Beloff can really pull off here.
There's Giunti with Serra.
Yeah.
Naffle, I would suspect. Nakajima,
yeah, Mansell will dump his boost with like 2 laps to go and suddenly go from 12th to 3rd, I suspect.
Yeah.
And someone's on the boost, and that's Edger L coming through.
Yeah. D, so he's the first one to go on to nearly basically emptying his tank of boost.
He's going to... might hang Chicotto out to dry, but the Venezuelan might just hold on.
Yeah. I haven't seen the sector yet, so I don't know. It's basically on the corner, actually. Before you go into
yeah, Wilson and Lees have older tyres, so Wilson and Lees might just fall off here towards the end.
Chicotto's fine. It's Jack and Melly that slightly in trouble. Although I think Beloff will only get past him and maybe another car, but no, I think it will only be...
Yeah, Wilson's got old tyre. I think Wilson's going to be in trouble, I think.
Now Beloff's going to be in trouble, though, unfortunately, because he's got no one near him and he's not got boost to use, so...
Yeah, but if you put Beloff in clear air, he's very good, usually, so let's see what he can manage.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of an overstatement. I think he's better in clean air.
Yeah, he's got to find 2 seconds. I don't think he's going to do it unless he uses...
He's better in clean air than he is in a pack, but doesn't mean he's, like, godly. But
no,
anyway.
He's no Alonso. This is his time to use his boost, really, to get into this group and leave Jack and Manny out to dry.
Mansell's still 12th. He's used a bit of his boost. Not all of it, but he's used a bit already. About 20%
Someone's on the
of
boost.
I think it might be
Guerrero.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to get
Is
ahead
Guerrero
of
going to help
Beloff.
his old teammate? Yeah, Guerrero might help his old teammate here.
Yes.
Just pretty suicide by the Colombian.
The problem for Beloff then
Rather
is,
like
though, he's got
scoring an
another
own
lap
goal
to
in the
get
World
closer
Cup.
to Jakarta again. Yes, well. There is that, yeah.
Here comes Adam.
Oh, God, that's just terrible.
No,
God.
Beloff's on the boost. Beloff's going to should be in Jakarta here.
Don't say that.
And Giacomelli's ahead.
Anyway,
I
yeah.
have no idea what that was. Just such carnage. I can absolutely not even fathom what we've just witnessed.
Shinty and Sarah go past
The long
Sarah.
and short of it is,
It's
the long and
horrendous.
short of it is, we're now back into one
Here goes
consistent
Mansell.
train of
Mansell's used a lot of his
cars.
boost and has only got up to 8th, but he's obviously got the freshest tyres here, which is the only benefit now he really has.
I mean, we've just seen it's now basically just formed back into a massive group
Yeah,
of 30
I think I'm
cars.
going to predict here that I don't think March are going to do the all from this race. Really, because
Complete carnage.
I
and
don't
nonsense.
think even though Mansell's got the freshest tyres, he's going to be quick enough at the end of the race because he's not got his boost now.
No, because we're not really getting anywhere near the cliff. The only people who might are Wilson and Lees.
And Wilson's
And
already
Charlton.
down 11th. And here goes Junti on the boost to get really far ahead of Shura. So Shura might, unless he uses his boost, might be in trouble here. He needs to
Wilson's
use it.
on the boost as well.
So Junti's just cleared off randomly. So now it's got Sarah back in a good position again. And now Beloff is suffering from, well, they didn't really suffer from anything there. Chikota was just quicker, which...
So
you
is
should
that
expect.
someone on the boost? Sura's hanging Sarah here.
Is he going to get ahead? No, he'll be just behind.
No, he
yes.
doesn't. So Sarah is.
Yeah, it looked like
gonna
good
get
news
done
for Sarah.
here.
And now he's using his boost to defend off the DRS, which is a smart move, because he's not going to be passed. Good move from him. And he'll get closer back to Junti as well, so not too bad in the end from him. It's whether he can get close to Shura now in this next lap. Because he's over a second behind him. Shura's in a
Jeff
good
Lee
position.
using his boost further
Maybe.
back.
Yeah,
And
March are
that's
not
Charlton.
making any progress. I don't think they're going to get even a podium from this. Maybe not even the top 5.
Here goes Chicotto.
There goes Lees again. Adam still featuring in the back end of the top 10. Just a good drive from him again, really. Considering everything. But there we are. Here goes Lee still on the boost. And is up into 10th. Nearly passing Guerrero as well. Here's Shura then. Chicotto obviously close. So now that's brought Sarah back with him as well. And Junti and Beloff's the one who's in trouble. Yeah, he's going to be passed like massively. So he's going to be down to about 10th. Probably. Or 8th, something like that.
Yeah, Beloff's going to have to find a tiny bit of time here
He's
on
not.
Junti.
He does. He finds about quarters of a second there. Good for him. Anyway,
Brilliant
Sarah
stuff.
to the lead. Nope, Chikotto, sorry. Then Sarah. Then Shura. So this is our battle for the win at the moment. Probably will remain like that, because I don't think Beloff's got the pace. And as I said, the March can't do anything from there. The tyre advantage is just non-existent at the moment.
It doesn't work without the ghosting. Yeah, you can't really make the time.
Yeah, the problem is Giacomelli's in the way of Mansell as well. I suspect if Giacomelli was out of the way, Mansell would have a better go.
Yeah, they might have a chance on Junti because Junti's got slightly.
I think
older
Giacomelli at
tyres,
the moment
especially
seems like the more racy one, because he's trying to get past Junti. As Beloff drops down to 6th because of Elg's
Yep, Elg
boosting.
on the boost.
So he's back on the boost again, having used most of it first. Ideal. And Beloff in trouble again, because now Shura's cleared off from him.
Yeah, he's going to have to have a good first sector to find a 10th of a second on the Swiss driver, the man who took his seat.
Well, he did decide to move himself rather than... Yeah, well, anyway.
Yes, true.
Sarah into... So now Sarah... Ooh, I was about to say he was about to be second, and that would be bad news for the last lap. Now it's really going to be Elg that's going to be in trouble.
Beloff is going to have a very good exit here, and I don't think he's going to have a good enough
Nope.
exit. So it's going to be, yeah, Beloff getting done by Giacomelli and Giunti and Mansell.
Indeed. Yeah, so now Sarah's in the position to win this race, which I said he should have been, really, winning this race. So I think he will do, unless something happens on this last lap, which I suspect it won't. As now
I still think Mansell's been the best driver today.
Oh,
He's
yes,
got
but
massively
he's...
hung out.
Yes, I agree. He just went too long on the last stint. I don't know why March needed to do that, really. He fell back
Top
too
10
far.
looks pretty set.
Yep. Indeed. I was about to say, Sarah's doing the completely incorrect thing that he needs to be doing, which is passing Elg before the DRS, but Elg gets back past again, so this is going to be interesting. The thing is, they got the same tyres as well, so it's just a question of position on the track. Because here comes
Giacomelli's coming.
Yeah, I thought he used his boost, but no, he must have just either used a slight amount or he just got past Shura. As Elg goes to the lead again.
Boost, but I can't see who is. Oh, here's Mansell on boost. And Beloff.
And Sarah back ahead again, but Elg back ahead again. This is just ridiculous.
Mansell having to brake to really get out and avoid a collision there.
So Sarah's going to get the DRS he needs to win the race.
Yeah.
Unless Giacomelli does something. No, he's already used all his boost. So, yeah, that's just horrendous what I've just seen. But anyway.
Bad news for Sura.
Yeah, indeed. I agree about that.
It's just so has suddenly emerged as in the points, having not really looked like he was going to do anything
boost.
compared to Jeff Lees.
It's just boost. That's why.
So, all that can really change things now is a tiny bit more boost or someone running out of fuel.
It's not happening. I mean, what decided that was just who was overtaking who on the last lap. So, yeah. Here comes Chico Serra then for his first race win in the championship.
Here comes
to add to his second. Giacomelli's going to be second again. Giacotto third. And Elg fourth. Ginty fifth. Sixth Mansell. Seventh Beloff. He was going for fifth, but lost 2 positions in the end. 8th Shura and 9th Guerrero. 10th Giuseppe somehow. 11th Lees. 12th Adam. 13th Nakajima. 14th Desiree Wilson. Yes! 15th Dave Charlton. And 16th Ravenstedt.
So, obviously Giuseppe still leads the championship. It's going to be Chico Serra who's going to end up in second place as a result of that race. Yeah, so Giuseppe has 69 points, the leader of the championship, by 6 points over Chico Serra. Stefan Beloff has 16 back on 47. Then Bruno Giacomelli on 42. Mark Sura on 37. Ignazio Giunti on 36, Johnny Cicotto on 35, Nigel Mansell on 30, Roberto Guerrero on 28, Edge Elg on 25, Dave Charlton 24, Satoru Nakajima 19, Martin Ravenstedt 18, Johnny Adams 16, Raul Boisel 11, Desiree Wilson 10, and Jeff Lees 0, having looked impressive but failed to actually score. And there's lots of changes in the team's championship. Project 4 take the lead, 110 points over Techno, now have 105. March advanced 2 positions on 72 points. Fairfade hold position on 63 points. Maurer dropped 2 places, they're on 62. And the final 3 teams failed to score. 34 points for Aston, 34 points for Spante, and 30 points for Supernovas. So it is looking like Project 4 versus Techno for the title now.
Yep. Anyway, so we'll obviously be back. It's a double header in Spain. We're back for Barcelona next weekend of now a 14 race season, of course, as a result of a few events. But until then, it is goodbye.